Take it back. We go 64. Come on. Look at that trap at the bottom. How? I don't know how. The trap, the back test, both of the setups playing out today. Both of them. This is what I want to display you here. This is the key level here. This is where your homework needs to be spent time in and day out. This is where you need to be spending your time, your levels, your key levels, okay? Because the traps, the reclaims, that's easy. That's the easy part of trading later on. Because price just does it, right? But you cannot just, do that at any level. You know what I mean? Like, you need to have some time spent with your technical analysis, right? After that, you just simply wait for the breakdown, whatever, like 3 to 5 points is what I ideally like to see. I don't like to see, 11 points, because then at that point that's too much. But rather, you have basically the breakdown here. You have the reclaim of this particular level, so that's when I enter long, right? So basically, we want to turn this kind of back into a floor. So this is what I mean by the backtest. Price typically loves to basically return back on down and backtest exactly the level that we are reclaiming, or that level of support which has previously failed. And from that backtest, we are continuing with this nice move back on up. And now it becomes kind of the third and final setup I'm always looking for. If you miss those, there's an aggressive long here as well. So we have the 55, which is a level of resistance. Okay, we could get a long here after we see a little bit of a dip here. If I see like a dip and a reclaim, I'm very interested at that point. But you just need to understand that at that point, you are in a more aggressive long. It could easily pull back here. You know what I mean? Like it could chop here. But what really matters in this whole setup here today, right now, is can this low here hold? This is the low here. And typically what's been happening over the last couple of days is we basically, hold this 55, we hit 65, we hold 55, we reclaim 65, and then we continue pushing like that. So how can I be bearish in a market that keeps on doing that? You know what I mean? The trend is your friend ultimately, and he's your only friend. So you have to play with him nicely. But this is the setup right there. This is where price will reverse. And look at that. That's exactly where it reversed from this 68 level of resistance that worked overnight at 3 a.m. So this is where I was shorting yesterday. It was just a little bit early, but so it becomes a game of ping pong. You know where to short, you know where to long. When you know those two levels, you just need to nail your entry and off you go. And then, god damn it, I took profit early. Look at it. We're going right to that 64, which is the next key level of resistance. But something else I want to point to you here. Look at this. We have the breakthrough, right? Whoa. Why is this thing taking forever? So we have the breakthrough. And then look at this. Where did we come back to backtest? Where is price holding a floor right now? Look at this. I cannot make this up. 55 and a quarter. We were talking about how 55 is a level of resistance. You can see here we got denied, right? We got denied with the numbers, blah, blah, blah. But this game is rigged. The trap is to the downside. The hint is we're going up. But this is what I want to show you. Look at this. The price is king. Look, we break through it finally. We come back and we backtest exactly to that 55 level of resistance, turning it into support. It turns into support. If we had broken down and then we backtest and we get denied, it turns into resistance. But we didn't break down. All we did was turn it into support. Now we're looking for a push to the next level of resistance at 64. My head is going to explode. I'm trying to get better at explaining this particular setups, but at the end of the day, my message is the same. Price is king. You don't need indicators. You don't need anything. So keep that in mind.